For the past for the past 4 months, September, October, November, December, January, 5 months. For the past 5 months, I was attempting to replicate my trading with a 5K, but so far it's been 5 months. I have not been able to replicate it with a 10K account. What I did was I looked back on how I passed the phase one and phase two, and they looked very clean. So to obtain 8%, it took me 2 weeks, and then it took me 1 week to get the 5%, and that was repeated on both two accounts, and or maybe it was just one account. Yeah, I got two payouts from one account. Yeah, okay, so it was one of them. So I was attempting to replicate this, but after I got funded, I began to be very conservative in my trading, and so something was different about me getting funded from phase one and phase two, and something is different, and I can't I was trying to figure out what the difference is. It seems to me it seems to me it's like I wasn't too small and I wasn't too big, so I was somewhere in between. That's why I was able to obtain like a half a percent to a percent, uh, which allowed me to make 8% in 2 weeks. So roughly, I was able to obtain about a 1% per each day. Okay, so the it looks like with multiple trades, and I'm trying to figure out how I did that, right? So I must have used a scaling in type of trading, and then because the size was small, I was able to exit the trade, and my mindset was clearer at that time. Now, like I'm on my fifth month, and I was trying to get this a 10K pass, but now I have to change some of the things because it's now I'm maybe some condition has changed during the summertime. Now it's like a winter time. So maybe I'm just trying to figure something out. But it has essentially about five different challenges. I lost about five or six different challenges, and it's a span of 5 months. And the latest one, why I lost, is because uh, why I lost is I was not looking at the entry. I was not looking for the entry properly, and therefore I just entered based on a candle without even looking at the support and resistance, and I sized in, and I kept doing that since this morning, and so that's another factor that's causing me to breach the challenge. So if the idea, the idea is to make roughly about a percent per day. I believe that was the objective when I got funded with that. So that means that my size wasn't too small, it wasn't too big, but somewhere in between, and that allowed me to have some time to exit the trade when it's moving against me, but allow the trade to move sufficiently so that I acquire getting about a 1% with a 5K account is essentially the same as the 10K because it's based on percentage. So that would be like a $50, and getting about $50 with one lot it happens quick. It happens real quick. So I'm attempting to replicate it so that I can move it over to the 10K, what I've done on the 5K. And so far it's been 5 months and it's been very difficult. But what I found out what I found is that on the 10K, I was able to distinguish the three types of trades that I need to be taking, okay, and be mindful of certain days when my mind is not there. Okay, sometimes my mind is not there. It's gone. It's somewhere else, and it's like it seems to be. it seems to be stuck in a molasses. Some days it seems like it's stuck in molasses. I don't know what's causing it, but something is causing my mind to be in a to be thick, like not and it has a it seems to be very thick, and it's slow in reacting to my trading. Okay, uh, so I'm still working. I'm still looking into it. Currently, what I'm doing is I have a so now I'm back to FTMO. Now FTMO has a free trial of the 10K. I'm working on that. The cost to take that challenge is $99. Okay, it used to be like 160, 170, and I spent a lot of money doing that, right? But now they reduced it to $99. And so theirs is a little bit different, 10% and a 5%, phase one and phase two. And then, but if I get a payout, then I get that fund immediately back. Okay, so that's something to look forward to. But on the funding pips, I have to get payout three times, right? So I'm attempting to replicate it with my free trial. Okay, FTMO free trial. I'm working on that with a free trial. Um, So, in the meantime, while I'm attempting to acquire some funds so that I can buy a challenge. So, what I plan to do is try the FTMO. Go for that. It's a 10% and a 5%, and then when I get a the method, and this is an MT5 platform. So that's my next step. Okay, I want to take a break from funding pips. Something I'm not sure what the deal is, but something seems to be a mesmerizing kind of thing that causes me to be in very very uh my mind seems to, I don't know, I can't pinpoint it exactly. Obviously my mind is not there. That's the most important part. That is the single most important part. So now I've fallen back into a funding FTMO free trial 10K. I failed once already, just just a few hours ago. Now I'm on the second one, but they allow free trials like constantly, which is good. Some places they don't allow you to do that. You only get one for like maybe 15 days or something. I think that's how that works. So this works really well. I was What I've noticed about the difference between the trial and the actual count is that I take trades. I take trades where I normally don't take trades. Okay, and because I'm emotionally detached from the trade, uh, I'm able to hold on for a little bit longer too. Okay, those are the two things that are different about trading. One, I uh, enter on a riskier trade. Like when it's in a parabolic mode, I can't go big on it because it could pull right back, and then when it pulls back, the size is so big that it causes a catastrophic loss. That's one. Okay. The second part is because this is a trial, I'm able to hold on to it a little bit longer with a deeper drawdown than what I normally do. Um, well, so I do not feel the uh, the the uh, uh, the hopelessness when it draws down. Okay, but I do manage to exit the trade, and so that's the distinction between the free trial and so while I'm attempting to while I'm trading can be very cheap, or it can be very expensive. Okay, trading can be very expensive, or it can be inexpensive. Okay, what I found out based on my income, it is very expensive because I'm spending everything. Right. Uh, this free trial, this free trial is going to help me fine tune it a little bit. I need to pass this. I need to pass the free trial multiple times. I want to pass multiple times before I jump into it again. But I would like to jump in as soon as possible. I'm tailoring to. I'm looking at it. It's my strategy is so simple. Okay, I identify where the resistance is. I recognize where the support is, and then I look for the price to move away from the support. When it starts to move away from the support, I can size in. Once it moves in my direction, that I can scale in too. Okay, it's so simple, and it happens all the time. It happens multiple times. I'm looking at UJ right now with a 1 minute on the MT5. I'm looking at it, and it's not the maximum scale either, right? So if I look at a maximum scale, which is like clicking on the negatives, I zoom out as far as I can. I mean, there's quite a few, like one, two so far. Just looking at it from the max out with 1 minute is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Approximately about the possibility of trading this is about 30 areas, 30 or 40 areas, right? Just for the UJ. And when I look at the UC, the same thing. Of course, it's coming down. So I'm looking at the possibility of trading this thing 30 or 40 ins and outs within a day, right? So I'm looking forward to this. I wanna see if I can, with my skill set, I wanna see if I can pass this multiple times. The idea is to get a payout from the 10K, and from that 10K I can buy the 50K or the 100K. That's the idea. With the FTMO, I was able to pass. I was able to get funded. I logged in. I tracked in. It still has my record of it. So the first day I made $3.18. Okay, with the 50K funded account, and then second day I made $27. And then third day I lost $1,000, and then it started to bleed, and I because I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing, but I still managed to pass because I held, and then it just expanded out, right? So the market was moving up, and I just got in and held long enough, luckily, to pass. Okay, that was a long time ago. That was about 3 years ago. I passed the 50K challenge 3 years ago. This is when I first started day trading, right? I'm a platform trading. So right now, I'm attempting to pass the phase one. I mean the trial, free trial one, before I put some money in there and then start the 10K. Take a little break from the funding pips match trader environment. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe the MT5 might provide something better. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll have a fresh perspective, so that my mind is not locked into a certain way of thinking. So it frees me to look at my setup. Support or resistance. Okay. Is the price near the support? Good. Is the price bouncing up from the support? Okay. When that happens, then I can enter, and then once I enter, if it goes in my direction, I can choose to scale in or not. Okay, so that's the basic premise of my trading, right? That's basically it. Because when I draw the support and resistance line, it's everywhere. Even when it's moving up zigzag, I can look at it too. Between the high and a low, I could draw a little box on there, so that when it reaches down and it shows that it is support and it's moving back up, then I can choose to enter the trade to that. Essentially, it's called a break and retest. It's called a break and retest. Essentially, when it does that, right? When it does this, right? So let's see how effective it is in passing this. Hopefully, I can pass it multiple times consistently. The idea is consistent. If I'm losing the challenge, if I'm losing the free trial in between passes, that means that I still have some work to do. Okay, but the strategy is so simple. It is so simple. It's amazing to me, even though it is so simple. I look at something that's going up and I say, "Hey, it's going up," without even looking where the support and resistance is. If it's up, I should be looking at, okay, where's this resistance? Because probably going to hit that resistance. So when I get in, it will most likely turn into a high tick. Okay,